Okay, well, 2 packages were just dropped off today, and I'm assuming that these are numecron clocks. Priority mail for domestic and international use. Visit us at UPS, US Post Office.com. This one's in pretty good condition. There's no major creases or anything. Newspaper, interesting. Menards ad. It's different. And yes, it is a numecron. Numecron clock. With wooden end caps. Kind of different. December of 1961. Model 915. Numecron time meter. Penwood Numecron Company. Pittsburgh 8, PA, USA. No major pitting on the chrome. Not bad. Probably just needs the typical lubrication and service. Fragile. Handle with care. Do not crush. Good luck. Priority mail. I think they spent more on the Scotch tape than they did on the box. So I'm going to go in through the bottom this time. Yep, and of course, everybody's favorite, the peanuts. It's going to make a mess. I think this is the one that's strictly for spare parts. This is becoming an art form. Bubble wrap. Okay, now this is a ham radio numecron, but it is in very bad shape. The bezel has an extensive amount of rust. Now this may be radioactive paint, so if I try to save the bezel, I will remove the paint in a container of water so that I don't have any danger of any dust. If that glows in the dark, I may just get rid of it. The case is busted up, and there's quite a bit of rust. I specifically bought this just for the motor. It's got Phillips head screws in it too, which is kind of interesting. They didn't use Phillips head screws in the 1950s. They weren't invented yet. So somebody's been in here. Like I said, if you work on one of these, you got to be very careful of these bezels if they're extremely old and flaking. because it could have radium in it. What I'm looking at is the motor specifically, and it is the right motor for what I need. The minutes brush is completely worn out, it's gone, and the tense brush looks okay. So this is going to be spare parts. The lens is good. There's some of that glow-in-the-dark paint stuck in there too. I'm hoping it's not glow-in-the-dark paint. It might be. If it is, it's so deteriorated that I think it is. It's got kind of that funny smell too that the guy on eBay talked about. So there's quite a bit of rust, but if the motor will run, which is what I'm hoping, then it was well worth the 17 bucks that I paid for it, because the motors cost well over $40 to buy, and it looks like it is trying to turn, although it's gummed up. It is humming, so the motor coil is functional. I'll have to lubricate the motor and take the end cap off, which I can actually do that live. Usually they'll wake up with a little bit of help. It's just been sitting for so long. Come on, baby. Come on. There we go. This is actually one of the worst looking numechrons that I've gotten yet. But I only paid a total of about $16, $17 for it. And the motor's worth twice that. Motor's running. Like I said, I got to be very careful with this paint that's on here. I'm going to put that in a Ziploc bag for now and take it right off before I touch anything else. It's the date. I think the date on this was... the date's worn off. It's the standard Model 100. It's a standard clock that you'd use in a ham radio station. So there we have it. Clock for parts. I can save the lens. Spacolite case is totaled. It's got a nice clean set of wheels too. I have a set that's pretty beat and pretty bad. This one, the chrome is fantastic. I thought it was a lot more pitted looking. It's so clean you can actually see the camera in the chrome. The numechrons.